Howdy doody, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet another new form event, live stream, whatever you want to call it, with me, your host, Brandon Groce, and our amazing new form co-host, Kole Jain. How you doing, Kole?
Good. How are you, Brandon?
Excelente, because you know what day it is?
I do.
The day... Okay, I'm glad you know. That's why we both showed up.
Be a little awkward if I didn't, yes.
But ladies and gentlemen in the chat, we're so excited to have you guys here, whether you're watching on UI UX Daily Tips, YouTube, what have you. Today, if you are unsure of what today is, we have a monthly challenge over at Newform. If you guys don't know what Newform is, we are a creative online community for web designers, graphic designers, people who like to create things online. Whether you are inspiring to do so, already in the industry of web design, product design, or you are an expert, you've been in a long time and you're just looking for a place to network with amazing individuals, collaborate, and make cool things on your off time. So in that community, we have a monthly event, or rather challenge with a theme that we open up to the community, and we allow you guys to run as creatively as possible with the theme. This month's theme is 80s. And kind of like a
neon.
futuristic 80s neon. Thank you.
Yes.
And some of you guys took that in very different ways, and we're super excited to share with you guys today. Out of the 70 plus submissions, what you guys did, who were our top winner, first, second, and third place. And just to give you guys a little bit of recap, a lot of people like to do this because they like to, they're working on stuff for their portfolio. Some people just are a little tired of their day-to-day corporate regular work, and they're trying to do something cool that's outside of that. We have cash prizes at a total of $2,000. Top Wix Studio websites get a total of $1,500. First place after that gets $250. After that, second place is $150, and after that, it is $50. Yeah. So, with that said, Kole, do you have anything to say before we begin getting into showcasing the lovely submissions for this month's challenge?
No, not too much. Let's take a look at these amazing designs.
I love it. Getting straight into it, Brandon. Just and let's get into the cool stuff.
Let's do it.
I love it.
I'm excited.
All right, guys. And to those of you who are watching, whether you all are on Instagram, you guys are on YouTube, I just want to share with you guys. First off, I want to say hi. Let us know where you're coming or watching from. And if you guys are on Instagram and wanting to watch this on the big screen, if you guys really can't see anything, because I know iPhone is pretty small, or if you're on Android, more power to you, or more hope to you. Come to the blue text side. I know there's different updates on being able to communicate between green chat bubbles and blue chat bubbles, but blue's better. That being said,
you're already starting something, Brandon.
It's all good. If you guys want to watch on YouTube, simply, if you're on Instagram in the live chat, put YouTube, and we'll send you an automatic DM giving you the link to our YouTube channel where we are going live. You can watch there. So I want to say hi to Foxy. We have Wix Vault, Robert, and Desi. Howdy doody. We have Adrian. Good to see you guys. And I believe Kole told me there's 130 of you over on Instagram. So howdy doody. All right. With that being said, what we're going to do today to start, we have 3 tiers. We're going to go through our honorable mention. We're going to go through our third, second, and first place winners. Then we're going to showcase to you guys the top Wix Studio site submitted for this challenge. Sound good?
Sounds great.
I think so. Awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and share my screen and let us begin. I've had too much coffee today, guys, and Kole definitely senses it. All right. So with our first, and I'm going to just go full screen here. With our first honorable mention showcase, we have Sohail Ramen. Okay, this is a Skynet site, and let me actually just refresh this very quickly. Oh, there we go. All right, I just scrolled down a little bit. So Skynet, we really liked the gradient-esque, and actually, Kole, I have a question.
Yeah.
What did you think about all the variety of really how people approached the 80s neon? Some of them went futuristic, and some of them just total. I think this is the most variety we've seen in a challenge, to be honest. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I was telling Brandon before this was probably one of our more difficult topics. And so it left a lot of interpretation open, and we got a lot of really cool submissions. You'll see that Some of them are like just totally different than others, and that's totally fine. We love to see all the variety, and that helps you stand out and potentially win. So yeah, especially this one. This one stood out quite a lot.
And this whole first, I'm scrolling as kind of we were talking, but this whole experience is very much like a scrolling story. One of the things, and if you guys are not familiar with this challenge, I see we have some people who are new. We have Foxy, we have Aiko. First off, I see that this is your first time. Welcome. The themes or the categories in which we grade or look at each piece of work, it's what is the concept based on our theme? Did they follow the theme? And really after that, is it just design, aesthetic, and interaction? So it's about 3 to 4 buckets. And this definitely hits the design, aesthetic, and interaction piece. One of the things that was really challenging was a little bit of the concept. Like, we understood it was telling a story, but we had to go through it a couple times, really trying to figure out what the story was. But we understood it was Skynet. We all understand, what Terminator is. And what we kind of got from this was that they are building the Terminators. Because when we get to this section, let me work out my index finger really quick. We gotta scroll
faster.
Index finger bicep curls. All right. Okay. This section was actually my favorite because as you scroll, it goes to basically a different type of Terminator, explains what they are, their durability, their power output, and where they are in their evolution. And I totally missed this. He's a good-looking boy. That's hilarious. Indeed, I am. This was my favorite part of the site.
I think my favorite part was a little further down. We're getting there.
Oh, I think I know
Yeah.
This piece?
Yeah, like right here. That's my favorite part.
This was actually pretty cool, where it goes into like Judgment Day. This is probably the best storytelling site we had. There was just a couple themes in terms of like design and a little bit of sluggishness in the website, but this is the top honorable mention that we wanted to share because it's just really strong.
Yeah.
But Sohail, excellent job, my friend. And let's move on to another honorable mention. Up next, we have DMC. Hold on. let me actually get not Run DMC. This is by Vega. So this is Rugba. And they did I don't know why I can't read this. DeLorean. DMC DeLorean.
Yeah.
And
car from Back to the Future.
That I knew. I was like, I don't know what the DMC does. I've never seen Back to the Future. I've just seen the dude with the crazy white hair that looks like Rick from Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only reason I know what it is. But this was excellent. I love the fact, and this was really strong in concept. They really took, let me just scroll down so I can not re-educate myself, but actually formulate as we're scrolling. I liked how it was all about the car and the different specs of the car.
I will say that the concepts for this challenge in particular were more difficult than other ones because of how open-ended it was. So the fact that they just really nailed this one is really good to see. And even though they probably don't have as many crazy animations as the previous one, it just goes to show that a really solid concept can actually place you quite high in our challenge.
Yeah. And I really like how this is so clean here. A couple sites that we saw really overused, this glow effect. And a lot of them started strong like this did here. Then as you scroll, there was just like glow out the wazoo, and it was very hard to read. I really love how they utilize some of this glass morphism too, which Wix Studio has started to make easier for the user. But yeah, Vega, excellent job.
Fantastic.
Up next for our honorable mention, we have Chris, and also Kole. You got to step on my tongue if I'm running a little bit too fast. If there's things that you want to jump into. So, is there anything else that you want to hop into regarding the DMC? You feel like you were able to say everything?
No, I think we're good. Yeah. They did a fantastic job.
check in the chat to make sure. Robert's also being like, DMC is DeLorean is the motor company from Back to the Future or something. Okay.
That makes sense.
All right. Up next, we have, this is Chris. Instagram is Chris UIUX. And so we love, this is also built in Wix Studio. And just to give you like a really quick scroll, the reason that this, or at least was one of my top picks, I really love the colors, the cleanliness, the interaction, and also some of the, I think this is one of the cleanest sites that
This part
felt
in particular was just awesome. I love to see this.
I felt like the 80s neon color theme was checkboxed.
Yeah.
This was one of the sites where like they didn't use a whole bunch of crazy glow. They used a little bit of gradients. And I really loved this. Is one of my favorite sections. And I think there's even cooler section.
I might have to
here.
agree with you there.
This was really awesome. This, I think it was awesome all the way to here, but then this is what kind of stole the cake for me. What do you think about where were you stolen in this site, Kole?
Yeah, a little further down. Yeah, keep going right here. Yeah, that's it. The lighting up of that. What are those supposed to be even?
Honestly, oh dude, they're rocket ships. At first I thought they were bullets.
Okay, yeah, they look like bullets to me too. Either way, I'm not entirely sure how he pulled off that interaction, but it's a very cool one indeed.
Yeah, so they did an amazing job, and the site just kept giving as we scrolled down. So, and again, this, as Kole had mentioned, this is one of the toughest challenges that we've had, because as me, Kole, Nina, and Vivek from our team were scoring these, a lot of them had like very similar scores. A lot of them had the same scoring out of all of them, and we really had to like place them like, hey, all these kind of tied up, how are we going to place them as top site, honorable mention, first, second, and third? It was pretty tough. And concept wise, the first city beyond Earth. Welcome to Luminara, the neon oasis of the future. So I really love in the beginning where they really explained what it is that we're looking at. As we scroll down, they explain the concept with many different images, assets, and very little text, and great interactivity. So, excelente.
Good job. Yeah.
Beautiful work.
I do want to add that I think some of these, most of the assets that they used were, in fact, AI generated. So always a lot of opportunity there with all of our challenges to take advantage of AI.
Exactly. And I see Aiko, you're watching on YouTube. Excellent work. I see that this is not only your first time, but you've done an amazing piece of work for your first time. And I had a curiosity, since you're in the chat, was this the first time you've used Wix Studio? If it is, that's crazy.
That would be nice.
And yeah, I would love to hear just not really vocalized, but text vocalized, how you felt about the challenge, just so we can kind of we know, since this is the momentary moment that we get to have a conversation. How did you feel about the challenge? How did you feel about Wix Studio? Let us know in the chat. And I'm going to go through maybe one or two more honorable mentions. Ladies and gentlemen, just as a reminder, I wish we had all the time in the world to showcase all the honorable mentions. Trust me, I wish we did. But the live stream cancels out an hour, especially on Instagram. We could continue to go, but I wanted to let you guys know that the benefits and the perks of working or doing these challenges each and every month is Kole and I have an Instagram account that ranges past 900,000 followers. So one thing that we're working on, just because there's been a little bit of some mishaps for our last month's challenge, we're currently working on a video that we can actually push out on our social media channels to promote all of the amazing honorable mentions or people who are honorable mentioned, first, second, and third place winners, and top site winners, so that we can put you on a stage, get your work out there. That's all what New Form is about. We have challenges so that you guys can build your skills. We have a stage for you guys to be put on and just have fun. That's what New Form is all about: meeting people, learning how to make cool things, or at least having the opportunity to build those things and also be put on a stage so that people recognize you and your amazing work. So If you guys don't see your name and or work here, don't forget, they'll be in the newsletter, they'll be on social media, so on and so forth.
They're also all on our website as well. So you can, if you want to check out more in detail, one of these winners or any of the other submissions, they're on our website on our challenges page. So go check that out too.
And if we have a little bit of time today, sorry, I'm like adjusting my screen because I just realized I want to make sure that you guys are able to see everything. Sorry.
On the fly. I like it.
On the fly.
Yeah.
No, we were good. We were good, but everybody was seeing everything, but I just expand the report.
Gotcha.
Ico says this is my third. I'm now learning Wix Studio for 2 weeks. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, this is crazy.
That's
2
impressive.
weeks of Wix Studio time, and you were able to build something like this. This is amazing. This is why we have these challenges, ladies and gentlemen, because and I'm sorry I'm taking a little bit of time, but if you are worried about AI taking your design job, if you are worried about everybody's worried about it, but if you are looking for something that gives you an edge in the marketplace, that allows you to build something real quickly while also being a designer, Wix Studio is it. It allows you to keep your designer brain and very quickly learn how to make great things very little time. We have workshops in our community that are called Figma to Wix Studio, where if you already have Figma or very used to Figma, how you bring your projects from Figma into Wix Studio and make not the thing that you, or be able to make the thing that you had in Figma a real project and actually be able to launch it by yourself versus having a really awesome animated Figma file that you just send to a developer and they make, and you have to give up some money. And because you are not able to make things yourself, you have to give up some of your paycheck or salary because you have to have 2 people to do one job. Learn how to do it all and bring more value to the table. So like Ico. All right,
good
enough
spiel.
lecture.
Yeah.
Let's go into how much time we have. All right, I'm gonna look at 2 more, ladies and gentlemen, and then we'll get into our top 3 just very quickly. Okay, so this next one we have is by Christina. So this one was difficult, and this is kind of what I want to share with you guys, because this sold me at the hero. I was like, wow, this is a great hero video. I love the typography. And I love this color green. I was just like, wow, this is great. And I even love this section here, but where I feel like it got overkill just a little bit, I thought this section was great, was just the neon. It was the neon and the glow. It was like neon and glow, neon and glow. I love the interactions and the flipping of this, but it was just a little too much glow for me. Kole, how did you feel about this one? Because I feel like this could be this was a heavy contender, which is why it's in our honorable mention. But there was just a little too much of something in this for me.
Yeah. No, I think I have to agree with you there. Maybe it's just like on the really dark black background, we have some very vibrant colors coming at us, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but there was, I think, on other sites a little more variety than when compared to this in terms of the style. We'll see on the very topmost Wix winner how varied the site is. The backgrounds are changing. It's not just all neon. So I think that's probably the biggest area where this website could improve. But like Brandon said, this was a very strong contender for sure.
Yeah, I think what we would have loved to see, because design consistency, right? You did an excellent job using very limited, you let the video and the flat typography and just how you did everything. You had flat type, and you let the video work. You have a nice little gradient here. And then as we go down, then you start, and even here, it's pretty much flat, right? And then the style starts to change a little. You get a little bit of that style change here. Like I even think the band, the green here could have been a flat green and not like a glow. And then it was just more glow and more glow. So it kind of deviated from what you had here to begin with, which was really strong design choices. Then we start to get that glow. Then we get competing design elements. So what I would love to see, and what would have brought this into, I think, the first, second, and third, is just riding on that flat design just a little bit more. Okay.
I think
Cole's like
the
silently
analysis there.
Yeah, so that I think that was what it was for me, and I think based on what Kole is saying, that also is it for him. All right, we're gonna do this last one. I think this is the. Let's see if this is the one. Oh yes. Okay.
Really
this will be the last one.
This one was tough to choose for sure.
Yeah, because I think this was a lot of our favorites. And let me go ahead and read off the name if I hadn't already. This is by Victor Anfarova, or Anfarov. Yes. So, Victor, excellent job. I love the mouse effects here. The Museum of Adventures, virtual museum of the retro consoles and games website concept. Very clear. I love this initial scroll and kind of like disappearing and immediately into like this timeline.
I love that scroll effect right there. That's my favorite part. Just how clean it goes from the header into the content. On the last one, we saw that there was a bit of a disconnect between the header and then the rest of the text. And I think, Brandon, on a couple websites, we saw that the header was really strong and then it kind of maybe faded out a little below. But here, it's just such a clean animation into the next thing, and the next thing is equally as strong as well.
And that's why we're super excited about the next challenge theme, which we're going to air at the end of this. We're going to give you guys a sneak peek because you guys came here, you guys did the challenge, or you're watching, you're giving us our time. So we'll give you guys we'll give you the hint for the next challenge before everybody else, so you can kind of, get a little bit of a head start. But okay, so let's continue going down what we have on this site. And also for the next challenge, what you'll see, it's a little bit more confined so that you guys don't have to do as much of a site, so you can be more creative, less space. So
we're excited if you can't tell.
Yeah, very excited.
Very excited.
So the site is pretty much a history of video games, consoles. Game consoles have progressed through technology cycles, typically referred to as generations. And they kind of give us like, I love how each section has a little bit of like old technology of video built within.
That was really cool how they had that in the TV. That was unique.
This was awesome.
Yeah.
I love how everything kind of does like a little bit of a Star Wars sort of
yeah.
Some of I didn't even know what this was. I can't even pronounce that. The Magnov Odyssey?
Yeah.
Magnavox.
Looks like it.
That looks like a toaster. We were playing games on toasters back in when? That's crazy. Year 19?
1980?
Oh, they even have
This is a lot of interaction here. I love it.
And this thing here where the knowledge, like as we scroll, the knowledge filter goes up, which I love that.
Very interactive for sure.
Genesis. Photo credits. Love that they have the photo credits here.
Yes. And we're into Pac-Man. That's very
which you can actually play.
Yeah.
By the way.
No, I was getting distracted on here. I was supposed to be grading websites, and instead I was playing Pac-Man.
There was a couple games, a couple websites with some games, and I was just like, dude. It's pretty hilarious. We got our handhelds. And this one, so some of you guys, this was very, like we said, this was very tough. Like, this was probably like my favorite section. Like, this was nuts. I was like, what in the world? Like, just look at that.
There's some crazy effects on here.
That's it. So, Victor, excellent job. Honorable mention, my good sir from Berlin.
You did an awesome job.
All right. So, we're going to cut off the honorable mentions right there. We're going to jump into our third, second, first place winners, and then our top site with the remaining 30-esque minutes. Foxy in the chat is saying, oh, wow. I concur. It's much wow. Very wow. Do we have any? What is the Instagram chat saying over here?
There's a
You got
couple
any?
questions. So,
Yeah, let's jump in.
Samina, hi, thanks for joining. She's asking what challenge this is. So this is for the new form community. If you head to my link in my bio, you can join our community. And yeah, like Brandon said, maybe you missed it at the start. We're I think 13,000 strong of designers, creatives, graphic designers, and we're here to host this challenge and hopefully give you a platform to make the coolest things that you possibly can. So yeah, this month was 80's Neon, and next month we're going to be revealing that at the end of our live stream. So yeah, thank you for joining.
Sure. And if you guys are new to the challenge, as Kole mentioned, we have a monthly theme. All you have to do is go to newform.community. We have what our community is all about. As Kole said, you can either go to link in bio, or if you're in the live chat, simply just put join and we'll send an automatic DM to you about the challenge where you can learn more. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. But if you guys want to join the challenge, there's cash prizes. There's a cash prize pool of $2,000. The top Wix Studio site gets $1,500. First place winner gets $250. Second place gets $150, and third place gets $1. So come join, meet some cool people, make some cool things, and while you improve, make some money. All right, so up next, let's get into our third place winner by the name, and I apologize if I kill it, but a large name deserves, listen, this is a mouthful, but they deserve to be a mouthful because they're third place. They kicked some ass this month. Shriyansh. Actually, I think I got it.
Yeah, Shriyansh Sharma.
You know what?
And
listen.
I think they continue to kick ass because they've
not the first
competed
time
in a number of our challenges. And I think, if my memory serves, they've placed on the podium several times.
That they have.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead. We're going to share screen. And Shriyansh, excellent job. Let's take a peek. So again, third place winner. Let's take a look. All right, Shriyansh, we have a Cyberpunk 2077. So this is basically a remake of, or their take on Cyberpunk. Yeah. So we have, man, I have a terrible cough today, guys. I've had one all week and I'm trying to get rid of it. But let's just do a quick scroll.
I have to say,
go ahead.
I love that they toned down the blur and the that really neon glare effect. I mean, I know the theme is neon 80s, but they kept it to a minimum, and a lot of the neon is more so in the images and not really kind of glaring out at you. And so I really like that. Also, the kind of geometricness of it is very cyberpunk, very well put together.
And this is kind of what we were referring to with the last I think the last website, where there was a little too much glow, and this is kind of like the look that we were looking for. Maybe using some of the assets, as Kole mentioned, to get that neon flare, but really keeping flat and let the assets do not the talking, but the showing off.
I gotta say, I love the handwritten parts of this too. I'm not sure how he made those, but it's a unique flair that you don't really see that often. And even in the buttons, the RSVP or where you're down here, the buy now button, right? That's just unique. You don't see it that often.
And one thing that would have really, this was beautiful. What we'd have loved to see, and as we mentioned, we have the buckets of concept, design, aesthetic, and interaction. What we'd have loved to see, because this was really strong on concept, the design aesthetic was their top notch. What we'd have loved to see is a little bit more interaction, and that would have helped this climb the charts.
Absolutely.
And also, a little bit of we caught the concept a little bit far down, where step into the neon dream. I know what cyberpunk is. It's a video game, but I couldn't discern whether are we doing like a this about the video game, or is this in a world of Cyberpunk 77, and we kind of have like zones we can enter. We have events. That's kind of where I was a little lost. So tightening up with the concept. But Kole, what are your thoughts? Do you have the same opinion?
No, I gotta agree with you. I was blown away by the design aesthetic, but I was kind of wondering what the whole point was. And then as we got to the bottom, it became clear that there were events and they were selling cyberpunk themed shoes, it looks like. So it probably could have been more clear up at the top, but their design aesthetic definitely carried them up the podium for sure.
Definitely. So strong design can take you a long way, guys, but the concept has to be strong and the interaction has to be strong. And that's where you'll see second and first place winners. They have a good selection of all three.
Yes.
So Shriyansh, excellent job. On to second place. So
second
we
place.
have
Amazing.
All of these were really good. Okay,
Yes.
Up next we have Mu or MUH. I apologize, but I believe in our Discord they go by Ryski. I think that's their last name, Ryski. So let's get into Ryski's submission here. So we have Midnight Bali Culture Fest, and this was really strong. So let me just go ahead. This is also another Figma file. They have, if I reset here, they have the trees come in, and we have some nice glowing here. Like little glowing effects here. Very not overkill, but I love the little bit of shine. They let the assets kind of talk and they add embellishments like cherry on top. So
this text, the midnight, I'm blown away. I don't know if they made this in Figma, but the gradient, how they made that, the noise overlay that they incorporated, it's just brilliant. And then those little pops of color and light in there were just amazing.
It really, actually, I wonder if they're here, whether you're on Instagram or on YouTube, we would love to know kind of how you made this.
Yeah. We would.
And from the get-go, we understood what the concept, design aesthetic, check pluses all around. The concept, we understand because this is a Bali cultural fest. We can understand, we're probably getting into somewhat of a, like a festival, music festival, a celebration of some sort. Yeah. You get that feel automatically. We haven't even scrolled. We got it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Kole. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, as we start scrolling, Brandon, I have to say that the interaction, very good. The concept of it, also very good. But what really sets this apart is their use of gradients and lighting and really embracing that neon theme and kind of putting their own spin on it. The previous websites we've seen have definitely embraced the neon, but probably in a more conventional way. And so they took it and ran with it in a bit of a different fashion. I have to be honest, I never would have kind of thought of this like rainbow down here that we've got is crazy. It's all around just a fantastic idea, fantastic execution, and that's why they're second place.
It was beautiful. They kept it simple. Concept design is great. Interactions, they just did a little bit, and that took it a long way. You know, all the interaction that they it's not even interaction, it's interaction / animation. That's that last bucket, and all they did was made the glows pop, and it just added that much more. They could have sent it in just with like a flat design. The fact that they added the glow took their flat design just to that next level.
Yeah, and the interaction is minimal, right? Like you said, but it still is enough. You don't need a ton. You don't need crazy animations. You just need, just a little bit, just enough.
So my friend Ryski, excellent job for second place. That is $100, $150 for you.
Yeah,
$150. I was trying. Guys, math is not my thing. I was gonna say $100 and 50. I remember, and I swear I'm scarred for life. I remember I was like in 4th or 5th grade. The teacher had asked me, Brandon, how do you say this number? She just pointed to the board. It was like 100,000, 53 in a lot of numbers. I was like 100,000, 50,000, 300,020. And she was like, no, go back to class. It was a sad moment for me. All right, trauma. Let's put that aside. Let's get to our first place winner here, guys. Enough storytelling, Brandon. That's not what we're here for. We have Gabriel Borges. Gabriel
Borges. Yeah,
Borgacha?
you can attempt that last name.
All right, we got Gabriel.
Gabriel did fantastic work here.
Yes, let's take a look at Gabriel's piece. And ladies and gentlemen, as we learn your names, I know names are super important. We try our hardest. There's a lot of people who submit in here. But names are important. We want to get to know each and every one of you guys as you join the community, as you participate in our design and chats, which we have one actually after this session, where we get to meet you guys, get to talk to you guys, learn a little bit about how you found the community, what you're all about. You also get to learn and meet a lot of our other members as well. So Gabriel gave us Cyber War, where there's a lot of things going on here. This was in the charts. I feel like this one was heavy on the interaction animation side of things.
Absolutely.
Had good design, but you know, interaction and animation, I think that the animation interaction was higher than the design. And then the concept, they had a strong one. We knew what they were dealing with. Discover how humanity fought for survival. And as we scroll, we get to learn about that story. So in 20, God, this is, what is this number? 2,147. Humanity.
Yes.
Okay.
Good job.
Was caught off guard by alien force from the skies in massive ships darkening the horizons. Now, this is how you start off telling a story. I remember we looked at, if you guys remember, the honorable mentions, one of the first honorable mentions where it was the Terminators. We knew what a Terminator was. We knew all the assets. It was all memorable things, but it didn't really set up the story well. We were kind of like, all right, Terminators, kind of have to assume where we are in the story. And here it's like, this is Cyber War. Discover how humanity fought for survival. Concept understood. As we scroll down, that's what we're gonna.
Yeah.
Actually, let's scroll back really quick. I didn't realize Gabriel was in the chat. We got a Gabriel, excellent job, my friend. Let's put your oh my gosh on the on the YouTube.
Good
my
job,
friend,
Gabriel.
excellent work.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Aiko says congrats. So does Robert. Excellent job, my friend. So and if you guys are the winners, please just look out for a DM from myself on Discord, because that's how we'll be arranging how we give you prize money. So just take a look at that. Okay, so scrolling down, and actually before, okay, we're past here. 80's kicking in hard. I want to look at the menu before I forget. One thing that would have helped here, and Kole, you tell me your thoughts here. I love the design, but the color on color is something that I really wish that they had kind of pulled back on. What are your thoughts?
Like, what do you mean?
Like the gradient on the text over top of very colorful.
Yeah, I see.
Or did you feel opposite of that?
I think that it was acceptable because it has a bit of an overlay. With that said, it's a tiny bit distracting because it is a video instead of an image, but I don't know. I think it could work. I'm indifferent.
Got you. And I mean, like, so for example, here I can read this much better. So if we were like, that's kind of what I was looking at. I saw this and I was like, it's a little hard to read, but when I opened bonuses, I was like, oh, whew, I can read it. And it was just like a clear contrast. But also, you guys already know I have really hard time reading numbers, pretty much everything else. So I'm not like your average person. So if you guys can read it, you're good. I just need special glasses. But I love, go ahead, Kole.
This bonus is crazy. I actually didn't know this was here. I gotta spend more time in here.
Yeah, every site has like that's why we spend a good 2-3 days looking at these challenges submissions, guys, because you guys hide stuff. And not
Easter
purposefully eggs. Yeah, It's like we really have to comb through the site meticulously, and that's why I wanted to go to the site or the menu first, because I've looked at this site several times and there was several things that I had missed. Like for example, I was like hold left mouse click, and I was trying to move like the whole card and things, and I was like, oh, I can spin the 3D model, which was really cool. Oh, excellent work. Okay, now let's continue to scroll down.
Yeah.
Yes. So we get to learn a little bit about the different aliens that have really approached or are jacking up Earth in this story. Kind of look a little bit like Halo. I'm not sure if they are Halo, like Halo monsters, but I
Yeah, I see what you mean.
interactions. Let me just do a full scroll and then we'll talk. And Kole, if you have any thoughts, because I can't chew gum and walk at the same time. So as I scroll, feel free to add any of your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, just the interaction. Like this section, everything follows your mouse as you move around. I think, yeah, it does. And yeah, like just that attention to detail, how like everything moves as you scroll around is it takes it to the next level. And they have, you know, good assets as well that are really helping them out.
I almost didn't even know, like I knew that there was hover effects on each one of these things, but the card follow of the mouse, I almost didn't realize that.
Yeah. No,
it's so subtle.
It's unreal.
And they have little dust particles in the back.
Really?
That's awesome. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they do. Oh,
unless that's my screen. It is dirty.
No, that's not your screen. Down here, oh, this skull is really cool. Holy.
This was my favorite section. I really love the skull. It's nice, psychedelic and neon.
I don't even know how they did that. Cool.
The Warriors base. Music created by AI Suno. On.
Oh yeah, I've heard of them.
What? You mean that's crazy? I just opened and closed these. I thought they were actual. I didn't know they were actual like playing files.
Yeah, it's like ChatGPT basically, but you type in and it generates music for you, and it's not actually. It's pretty good at what it does.
So, ladies and gentlemen, there's just more and more reason why this is first place. We're still discovering stuff as we are as we're going through this.
I like this section at the bottom. It wasn't the most animated, but it just the design of it, that having that giant figure on the end, it works really well. I don't know. I just wanted to point that out.
And you know what? One of the things I didn't really get, like I got this was like a story, but then at the end I was like, oh wait, this is like a game I can like play. So one thing I would totally add for context, regardless, you're already first place winner. You know what I mean? What would have added to your context and your concept, instead of see more, how can you tie the story to the game, right? If we're talking about like a real video game website, how can you tie what your storytelling is A1, 100 out of 100, but how do we get the story to be tied to the game? And apparently this, at first I was like, this is a great story. Like this might be, concept for a movie or just like a book or something. Then it was like video game. So I really wonder, and I challenge you, everybody, when you're trying to add a story to a product, how do you combine the two so that one well-formed idea? Regardless, You did excellent. Cyber War, you get your $250. Beautiful work. All right.
Very good job.
Before we get to our top Wix Studio site winner today, our $1,500 winner, Cole, do you have anything to share before we move on?
Josh Draws says, "Can't wait to be this good with design." Josh, I gotta agree with you. I don't know how Gabriel did it. It's impressive. I'm sure he spent a lot of time doing it, but me too, Josh. Me too. That's it from over here.
All right, with that said, let's take a look. And the person who is in the top Wix Studio site winner this month has been trying over and over each month to just going after everybody in our community. They do an amazing job. They have been both in the top Wix Studio site before. They have constantly been in the top 3. Each submission, they do better and better. We love to see how each challenge improves their skills and how much their work inspires others. So for the top Wix Studio site winner, $1,500, let's put it together for Rita. So let me go ahead and bring this site up and let's take a peek-see. So Rita, we have basically a bar site.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna do the full scroll. Cole, feel free to as we scroll. Oh God, hold on.
I don't think
and the
people can
Rickroll
see.
music. Oh, they can't? Oh, my bad. Thank you.
Yeah, there we go. Now we can.
There we go.
Yeah. I think what really put Rita ahead here was her composition. How she has all these little different things, right? The martini glass, the heart, the disc, and it all works together really well, actually, and the video to kind of tell a story. And once again, coming back to this idea of concept, her concept is very, very clear. We land on this and we know exactly what's going on. It follows the theme very well. And yeah, it's got great interaction and great design. So of course, that's why she is the Wix Studio winner.
Read, and I hope you guys didn't hear my cough. I thought I muted my mic, but if you did, I apologize. And she also has the Rickroll music here that I totally have played and got tilted and disturbed on both times that I've played it. And I was like, I'm not playing that, but it's a great addition to the theme. Now, one thing I would love to know what this says back here.
It says
I'm not sure
wave.
if it's my...
I think it's your screen size because mine shows up all as one line. So
that's just,
I don't know what's going on there.
And that's also another thing that's tricky, guys, because we only ask with challenges, these challenges specifically, we only ask for one breakpoint. Don't ask them to be responsive. You can if you want, but sometimes the responsivity, like Cole was just mentioning, looks fine on his site or looks fine on his computer. And for some reason on mine, I can't get it to look exactly. All right. Because there's a couple things on here that might load a little oddly as I display this. Cole, do you want to screen share really? Actually, we're not going to go through.
Yeah, that might be a little tough. But
yeah.
It does look good on my side. So I don't know what's going on over there, but yeah.
So just pretend with us, guys. We've looked at this before. It looks great, but sometimes some of the things gets cut off a little. So we got wave bar. We'll just scroll down so you guys can see the interactions. Mentioned wave is a portal. I had missed that last time. It was a little.
Oh yeah, I missed that too.
Wave is a portal to the 80s era where neon lights, synthwave, and nostalgia for the future create a unique atmosphere at the bar. Opening of the curtains. Here's another example of where sometimes there's a little bit of mishap where select your. Here we have movie night.
Yeah.
Again,
It looks great on my screen, Brandon. I don't know what's going on.
it's me, guys, the internet.
Are you on Chrome or like
I'm on Chrome.
You're on Chrome? Okay, so am I. So I don't know what's going on.
I apologize. This is not I am not representing the work greatly. And it's nothing having to do with the creator's fault. Literally, like even for this movie, that E is dropping down here, it should be showing up here. It's not anything that they have done. It is literally just my screen size, and it's how we act to do this. But actually, Kole, while I'm talking through this, just screen share on where we're in the back end of our dashboard. I'll pull your screen up, but I'll talk through this just so we can get the full experience, and then we'll just switch. But we have the movie schedule, what's playing. Each card is glassmorphic, and we have a nice little hover effect on each thing. The popcorn in the background is just like floating up and twisting at the same time. Love it.
I love how there's like different depths of field of depth. I forget how it's kind of blurry on one side, and then as it gets further away, it gets into focus. That's just a really neat effect that I wouldn't have thought of actually. So yeah, great job there, Rita.
We have this little transition with Pac-Man. We have insert coin to continue, and I love these little interactions on the side of the page where there's just this warrior in this box here. We have a bomb going down the Mario pipe. We have our hearts, our coins. It's just very nostalgic. It feels like my childhood.
It is.
Even though was not born in the 80s. I'm not that old. My wrinkles might say so, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
You're like a decade later.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm a 90s child. 93. Okay. I thought this was really dope. The cracking of the disc. The revealing of a disco ball. I love these different, as we scroll, different text popping up.
Mm-hmm.
Got our cocktails.
I like that arrow that she has. That's very cool. It's like on the game console when you're trying to select which one. It's exactly the same.
We have our book button. I think that is the end of it. Follow us on social media. I love these little card files. And just to show you guys this little thing here, we have a Tetris.
That's so unique. Great job, Rita.
Awesome. I would love to say, if we refresh this and scroll really fast down to the bottom, I would love to see the blocks go into place how they would have gone into place. Like the green would have come down first, then the yellow. And you know what? I think it did better that time. I think there was just one that was a little too fast so that they stack on top of each other. But this was excellent. This sealed the deal for us. There was a lot of great interactions, a lot of great animation. And just really quick, I'm going to go to, because I know we have a couple minutes. I'm going to look at, I'm going to pull Kole's screen to our live stream so you guys can see this, how it actually looks. Give me a quick.
And while we're waiting around, we said this before, but if you're just joining us now, if you want to take a look at all of these designs, we're going to send out an email. They'll be in our community, and you can also head over to newform.community and check out all of the designs on our challenge page. Yes. Always technical difficulties.
We're doing pretty good.
No, hey,
we made it all the way through. We're giving the
it's not your fault.
Here we go. All right, so let's switch here.
just let me know when they can see it.
There we go. We are live. We are green with it.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah. I mean, we already talked through this, but let me just give you guys a scroll through and you can see how it normally looks. I'm not sure what was going on with Brandon's screen, but here we go. The text is all where it's supposed to be in one line. And it's looking great, Rita. There we go.
Yeah. So you guys can actually see how it was made to look, because there was some funky things going on with
There were.
Yeah. Cole not even pulling any punches. He was like it was trifling, whatever your Chrome was doing.
I don't know what was going on there. Typically, Wix websites are actually pretty well responsive, made to be pretty responsive. I don't know what was going on there, guys.
And again, just like we said, because, for example, this alone, this is for a challenge. This definitely took them a whole month, maybe 2-3 weeks. And again, we only asked for desktop. And there actually is some responsivity to this. And sometimes we're not asking for QA. We're not doing for any of that. We're just asking for you guys to test your skill, be creative, make something that you're proud of, and let's throw it in front of some people so that they can see. And let's reward you for your hard work. So sometimes there are some iffy things, but just to showcase to you guys, this is the end result. This is why I'm not even sure if it's what their orientation is, but this is why we decided they were our first place. So we do have to wrap up. We are about 2 minutes to close before we get lost on Instagram and the live stream closes.
Yes.
So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you got honorable mention, congratulations again. You got second, or first place winner. Take a look at your Discord throughout the day. I will be sending you a message on how you will be receiving your prize money. And top winner, I'll message you just the same. The next challenge is, Cole, do you want to say it?
Tell him, Brandon, you do it.
Yeah, okay. The next challenge is 404 pages, or a 404 page. So you guys can decide what your 404 page is. You can stick to just a section of your website. You don't have to do long scrolls. You can if you want. You can do as much creative stuff that you want, but we want to give you guys a very constrained section to play with so that you can be more creative and not have to deal with a very large website to build. So I want to see what you do. So
yeah, it's going to be super cool.
We're super excited. And okay, one last, actually we were probably dropped off on what's it called, on Instagram, but really quick, congratulations guys. If you haven't already joined our Discord, but join in the live chat if you're on Instagram so we can send you a DM. If you want to watch this on YouTube later, put YouTube in the live chat. But with that said, excellent job. We'll see you in the Discord. Congratulations to our winners. We will see you in Design and Chat if you are coming to our event next in our Discord. Get to meet some of the community, hang out, and have some fun. Any closing remarks, Cole?
Thank you to everyone who participated in the challenge. If you did win, if you didn't, come try our next challenge. It's launching officially on November 1st. It'll be up for 3 weeks. You can try some stuff out, win some money, and meet some awesome designers in the community.
All right. All of our honorable mentions, winners, etc. will be released in a newsletter later today. You can share that with your friends, your family, and also invite your friends to join these as well. All right, guys, that's it. Brandon Groce, Cole Jain are out. Enjoy the rest of your day in the Discord. Bye. Oopsie.
Oh, what is